hate when that happens. Alright, there we go. Cool. So this is functionable. This can serve our purposes of being a cowl. But here's the thing, is that what we want is really like a line from here to here. And then we can delete these. Yeah. Okay, not bad. And the reason why we're doing that is because that geometry can act more like a cheekbone. Give him kind of that really masculine cheek crest that we've all come to know and love about the bat cowl. I keep saying cowl, and I mean, that's not necessarily wrong, but it just sounds so weird saying it like that, cowl. And it's a cowl, you know? Cowl. Cowl. So many ways to skin a cat, boys. Alright. Yeah. I'm kind of torn. Alright, so what we're gonna do is, I'm pretty sure since this is all one mesh, I don't know what his textures are like, because we could be dealing with, actually let's look at this and we'll see what we got here. So let's select some shells. So there's the head, right, the face. Then what are we dealing with down here? Man, are these their shell layouts? Because these are like worse than mine. These are like worse than some of my bad ones. There we go. That's all we needed to see. That's weird. So there's more detail in his legs than in his chest. I guess that would make sense since his chest is covered. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, these shell layouts are weird. Okay. But since we now know that this can all fit onto one shader, what we're going to do is we are going to create a Lambert. And we're just going to fill that with the color, which should be his diffuse texture. We do got to go back to our Dota 2 models and find that. Oh, that's all Jakiro, Pudge. Yeah, no Wraith King there, so it's got to be in SRC. There we go. Yep. Cool. Beautiful. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to ambient color. We're just going to fill that up to max. So that way this is just flat colors. There's no light hitting it or anything. You can turn on ambient occlusion for fun if you guys want. Some shadows in case we put any lights in our scene, just to check it out. Oh, maybe we will, just for fun. Just for fun here. We'll add some point lights. Although I guess it doesn't really change anything because this has really strong everything, so. That's strange. Maybe we'll turn on lights. Okay. Oh. I was wondering if that was giving me some hints. Yeah, but that'll also kind of help figure out our geometry. Ooh, that's kind of spooky. Yeah, like dead on is when it doesn't look like a cowl at all. I mean, you can tell from the shape what it's supposed to be, but I mean, I'm wondering if geometry-wise, if there's anything we can change that would increase the illusion. I mean, it also is kind of hard with the shape of Wraith King's face, so I don't know. Maybe that's an obstacle to think about. Maybe, yeah. Kind of more of like the pointy nose. Yeah. Maybe this is something we'll do. So we can do this and then hit bevel edge. We'll turn that faction down just a little bit. Alright, okay, that's doable. That's something we can live with. Alright. Okay, so now what we can do is we can go back into our poly modeling here. And trust me, I know this looks very, very ugly right now, but please just hang in there, folks. I'm just using all the tricks of the trade to do something fun. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. And what we'll do is we'll get in there. Just push that inward. The reason why we do that is because now when we select our light and we bring it forward a little bit, you can kind of see now that there's like a little bit of a furrow of the brow. A little bit. Which is a step in the right direction. So, realistically, we could just call this done, and it would make sense. Because we're going low poly with low poly. But what we will do, instead of doing that, is we'll complete the set, since this didn't really take too much time. And what we can do is, because I think that this is not looking right here, is we can do this so that that's like something that we can actually soften. Soften that. Soften that. So I feel like that shadow is just like way too intense. And maybe it's just that I'm losing it here. Let's do like directional light. Oh boy, that's way too strong. Let's turn that down. Let's turn off the UV toolkit. And we can take a look at our... I don't know, we're kind of struggling here. I feel like that brow is a little too intense. I feel like it's mainly the shadows in Maya right now. That's our problem, and the fact that we're dealing with low poly. Right, but I mean, for the most part, that's doable. That works. Like the ambient occlusion on. Alright, so we'll just kind of go with that for now. We can actually, soon, we could start texturing this, if that's something everyone would like to get down on. Some of the texturing workflow. Yeah, this has been pretty fast. I don't know how long we've been working on this. It's only 2, so it can't be too long. Maybe like an hour-ish, right? You could actually check the timestamps from chat. Use that. So like, yeah, about an hour. Little under an hour. It's not bad. Okay, so what we'll do from here is... Oh, here we go. We can start with like a disc plane. Oh, maybe. If I don't screw up. That's weird, it's not creating any discs. So, that's bizarre. Okay, so maybe what we'll do is we'll just do this. And we can actually get like really creative here. Because stylized doesn't necessarily have to mean just crappy low poly. Because this right here, that's really all we need, and we can do the rest with textures. But like with his little chest emblem, we can actually do a lot of cool stuff with that. And get away with it. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do that. And we can just delete all these bottom faces, because we don't need them. Let's grab this object, we'll flip it up. And always have your step snap ready to go at 45 degrees if you're doing, I don't know, any sort of character or environment modeling. Trust me, you'll save yourself a lot of time if you already have it set to 45 degrees. So then that way you don't have to go and manually type it in. And we'll turn on our magnet there. There we go. So that way we know for sure it's centered. Alright, we could turn that right off. Super simple. And we're actually going to move that to the center of our thing. So it rotates along that axis. Oh, let's not goof up and ruin the whole thing now. Alright, and we'll just make that smaller, like a lot smaller. Alright. Now what I'm thinking is kind of something like this, and I will adjust that offset. Actually, this is something that you could use Illustrator for and have a really good time. Do that. Kind of give it like that nice crisp edge there. So as you can see, we've got like a really nice selection of polygons to work with here. And now we just got to start thinking the shape of a bat. So again, this is a problem that I see with a lot of people that start modeling and that makes them give up, is that the shape doesn't look right away. Like, people immediately want to see the shape that they have in their head, and they think that 3D is the way to do that because they can't draw. And the thing is that 3D is it's a lot more like sculpting than it is anything else. And trust me, sculpting has a lot of iterative elements to it as well, similar to drawing. So what I'm thinking I want to do here is we'll go to curves and surfaces, and we'll just give ourselves like a guideline to follow. I actually don't have my tablet plugged in, so we'll do that right away. We'll plug that in, and then we'll doodle out our bat design here. I've just been right-clicking away at this thing. Alright. Ugh. Oh boy, my fingers are all cold and stiff. I'm using the mouse. Alright. So, nope, that's not it. I think I'm thinking too small. Like, start thinking like that.